The third episode of Daredevil, Born Again, teased Miles Morales. One of the testimonies that Matt and Kirsten present in defense of the White Tiger was written by Officer Morales, which has spurred speculation about whether this could be Miles's father, traditionally Jefferson Davis. Speculation caught flame when Wilson Fisk referenced Spider-Man in one of his speeches, leading fans to think that Tom Holland's Spider-Man could make a cameo in the show. Now that a person who could probably be Jeff Morales has been mentioned in Episode 3 of Daredevil, Born Again, fans think that the Spidey Fisk mentioned is none other than the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man. The appearance of Spider-Man in Daredevil, Born Again, be it Peter Parker or Miles Morales, is highly unlikely since Spider-Man's IP is owned by Sony, and Marvel can only use Spider-Man for movies and animation, which has been cleared before by Bradbaugh. Marvel and Sony have big plans for Spider-Man. At the end of last year, in an interview with Omelette, Kevin Feige shared his excitement about bringing Miles Morales into the live-action MCU. He mentioned that fans can look forward to Miles' live-action debut soon after Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is set for release in 2027. Tom Holland opened up about the possibility of Miles showing up in one of the upcoming Spider-Man movies, and he didn't hold back. Tom is eager to see Miles debut in the MCU sooner rather than later, but he believes one thing is crucial. Whoever plays Miles needs to be even younger than him. He drew an interesting parallel between himself and Robert Downey Jr., where a seasoned actor mentored a younger one. Holland is ready to take on the mentor role for a new, unknown actor, someone who could shoot to stardom after playing Morales. Given that Tom is already 28, it wouldn't be hard for studios to cast a fresh-faced 19-year-old who could grow into the role. Co-chair of Sony Pictures Amy Pascal has made it crystal clear. They've got big plans for both Morales and Spider-Gwen. It's pretty safe to expect a crossover of Spider-Verse characters into live action. If Sony hurries and throws Miles into the MCU too soon, it could feel forced and awkward. Tom Holland has a pretty solid idea. They could cast a younger actor for Miles and pick up that tease storyline from Homecoming with Aaron Davis and Scorpion. The originally planned, more grounded Spider-Man 4 would be the perfect setup for this scenario. Sony has already confirmed that the fourth Spider-Man is set to release on July 24th, 2026. It's almost 2 months after Doomsday. This timing suggests that the events of the next Spider-Man will take place right after the first major battle with Doctor Doom for the fate of the multiverse. The film could serve as a critical link to Secret Wars. Fans have been speculating this for a while now, as it could essentially turn into another No Way Home, but with a heavier focus on a global threat. Maybe even another return of Toby and Andrew? The studio seems dead set on continuing to play the multiverse, and in that option, introducing a new Miles Morales might just feel redundant. He'd end up underdeveloped, lost in the shuffle of bigger arcs. After yet another tease of his possible MCU debut, Marvel has set up Spider-Man 4 as the perfect place to introduce a live-action version of Miles. His debut has been the subject of much anticipation for several years, especially after Homecoming introduced Donald Glover as Aaron Davis and after the young Spidey saw animated success in the Spider-Verse franchise. While nothing has yet been confirmed, recent hints from Marvel might be setting up Miles' official debut alongside Tom Holland's Spidey. Miles Morales made his first appearance in 2011's Ultimate Fallout 4, where he was introduced as the successor to the Ultimate Universe's Peter as Spider-Man. Miles has become a fan-favorite character in the years since, especially after joining Marvel's main continuity after 2015 Secret Wars, meaning the young Spider-Man's possible MCU debut is much anticipated. Marvel might have just provided yet another tease of Miles Morales' introduction to the MCU, making Destin Daniel Cretton's upcoming Spider-Man for the perfect place for him to finally appear. Aaron Davis's appearance in Homecoming and the routine hints toward the existence of Morales imply that Miles Morales is alive in the main timeline of the MCU's Earth 616 rather than a live-action version of the Ultimate Universe. This means that Miles Morales' debut in the MCU wouldn't rely on Secret Wars, but the Wallcrawler could still play an important role in the 2027 crossover event if he appears a year prior in Spider-Man 4. Recent teasers have been building up to Miles Morales' introduction, so this is incredibly exciting. Amy Pascal, on the other hand, seems intent on making Miles the primary Spider-Man in the Sonyverse, with him eventually facing off against his own villains. Sony failed to create a successful franchise because they lacked Spider-Man. The producers could restart everything at any moment, beginning with a solo film about Miles. The MCU is already bursting at the seams with characters, and Spidey is about to be neck-deep in fighting larger threats like Doctor Doom. Miles isn't just some stand-in for Peter Parker. He's his own character with unique powers, a distinct origin, and his own lore. He doesn't replace Peter. He enhances the Spider-Man legacy. The best move would be to keep Tom Holland as MCU's main Spidey and integrate Miles into the rebooted Sonyverse, giving him a more grounded, realistic tone. His live-action debut could enrich the superhero genre overall, but only if it's done carefully and with intention. Rushing it or mishandling his introduction could undermine the impact he deserves. Miles isn't just a sidekick, he's a game changer, and his story needs to be told right.